Konnichiwa, and welcome to Tsuki no Ame, where we try Japanese sweets and treats. Today we have two treats to try from Tokyo Treat. So first, this is the Ramune Dorayaki. And if you've been on the channel for a while, you probably already know this. If you're new, hi, welcome, thank you for joining. I love dorayaki. We've had a lot of it on the channel. It's one of those things where it's really hard to get your hands on, but it is so good. I love it so much. This one in particular, the filling, again, ramen flavored. But something that's kind of interesting, we've gotten a lot of the plain white soda and ramen flavored treats, and I think this is the first time, I don't know, it's always kind of felt like there was something there with the flavor, but it wasn't really identifiable. This is the first time I've seen where the plain ramen is referred to as, I kid you not, in the culture guide, a popular lemon lime soda. I think this is the first time somebody has ever explicitly said what plain ramen is supposed to taste like. I'm kind of curious to see how this translates over. The second thing we're going to try is also soda flavored. This is the Cola Mochi, which I think should be pretty good. I do have to call out, so it has like this little dish, and it did unfortunately break in shipping, which, I mean, it did come all the way from Japan. So sad, but at the same time, not super unexpected. Well, with all that said, let's get started. Itadakimasu! Starting with the dorayaki because I don't know how much longer I can wait. There we go. It does have that ramen scent to it. Oh my gosh. This one in particular is huge. I don't think they're usually, at least the ones that we've gotten, I don't think they're usually that big. And I don't know how well you can see, but there's that bean paste in there. It did unfortunately kind of get smushed and torn, but again, it went through a lot to get here. It's in pretty good shape. It is also like super soft and moist. I'm so excited for this. Quite a bit to talk about with this one. So first off, the texture. The pancakes are perfectly soft and fluffy. The bean paste is so smooth. It is, your teeth just glide through it. It is amazing. Dorayaki is always like this, and it's one of the reasons why I love it. Another thing is these pancakes aren't particularly sweet because the bean paste is overwhelmingly sweet. So if they did make the pancakes kind of as sweet as you might expect, it would be too much. It would rot your teeth off as you were biting into it. But because they don't, it balances out. And so it's like the perfect level of sweetness, despite the fact that, man, if you've ever had bean paste before, those things pack a punch. They are very sweet. So flavor-wise, I'm seeing why it was not clicking those boxes for me to register as lemon lime. Just because being here stateside, growing up, I had a lot of lemon lime soda, but it was, 7-Up or Sprite for the most part, which has it, but Japanese candy makers are excellent at capturing fruit flavors, and so their lemon lime is very different. You definitely get kind of some of those more sour notes that I don't feel like come across with 7-Up or Sprite. It is really good. It's really tasty, but it is also very, very different. And growing up with, usually it's, things like lemon starburst, they don't get a lot of those sour notes. not unless it is like marketed as a deliberately sour candy. Usually, lemon flavors are, they're not sour, but the lemon itself is, and some of that is captured. This really does have the soda flavor captured in the dorayaki. This is really cool, really delicious. Just in general, I highly recommend if you have the opportunity to try dorayaki, go for it. I'm not kidding. When I talk to people about the channel, I get asked, what's my favorite thing that I've had, and I can't pick like any one individual treat. We've had too many good things, too many amazing things, too many things I love. I'll be there all day and I won't remember, even a tenth of them. Uh, but dorayaki is one of those where I've just consistently always loved. So, so good. And this one in particular is just really different and fun. Would definitely recommend if you have the chance to try. So, moving on to our cola mochi. And yes, I still love mochi. I adore it. Okay. So I'm going to try not to spill these so I can put them back in the package. But you can kind of see what this was supposed to be, right? It's supposed to be kind of this little dish, help keep everything contained, but also make it really easy to stab with your toothpick. Okay, that's really interesting. Really interesting. So the first thing I have to call out is this is definitely that dagashi style of mochi, which we've gotten a number of times on the channel. Usually there's a particular brand that does like a little sheet where you have them like in plastic. Again, one of those, a way to kind of keep it contained and easy to eat, right? These are a lot softer and chewier than those, right? So they're kind of the cheap candy version of mochi. These ones are a lot chewier. The texture as I was chewing it actually made me think of gumdrops, like not the big ones, but the smaller ones where they're really, really chewy. Um, really, really good. It does have really solid cola flavors. This is very tasty. I like it a lot. This is super fun. Would definitely recommend if you get the chance to try, especially if you're somebody who's interested in kind of like the dagashi style treats. This is definitely a very dagashi style snack, and it's a really good one. It's pretty great. Kochiso-sama. So to recap, we did our Ramune Dorayaki, which had the perfect textures uh, that you would hope for from a good piece of dorayaki. Excellent flavor, has that ramen taste to it, and honestly, knowing now like what the plain ramen is going for, like I feel like I can appreciate it better, just because I've always been able to taste, but not been able to articulate. In part, just because you know, Japanese interpretation of what lemon lime tastes like is very different from an American standpoint on that. Um, and knowing that's what I'm getting, I can appreciate it a lot better. This is honestly really pretty good. So we also did our cola mochi, which was cheaper than we usually get for these candy mochi style. Uh, Excellent flavor, really fun, really delicious. Also, highly recommend, especially again, if you're interested kind of in that whole, tradition of dagashi style sweets. Definitely worth trying the dagashi style of mochi. Well, thank you so much for joining me today. If you like my shirt, the link for that is down in the description below. And please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Jane.